Guys, this is Mr. Joshy J, and this is your review in the Formula 1 US Grand Prix at the Circuit of Americas. Max Verstappen wins the Grand Prix ahead of Lewis Hamilton and Sergio Perez. It was a very good performance by Max Verstappen because he's under so much pressure from Hamilton at the end, but he saw him off. At the start, Max Verstappen was on pole, and in the start of the race, the start between Hamilton and Max Verstappen looks pretty even, but Hamilton with the slightly better start. Max tried to cover him off, but Hamilton got the move done. Max was forced wide. Thankfully, there's no grass, so he could rejoin the track easily. Max Verstappen, I mean, if Valtteri Bottas was higher up, then probably Max would have dropped down to third. But yeah, fantastic start by Lewis Hamilton. But even when Hamilton was out in front, that Red Bull, he could not shake off that Red Bull. So Red Bull decided to come in first, and they did the undercut on Mercedes because Max Verstappen was back in the lead. And then Mercedes, they put on this set of hard tyres, or medium tyres, a fresh set, where Hamilton's tyres were about 8 laps younger than Max Verstappen's. It almost paid off, but he just ran out of time. And besides, one thing about the Mercedes, it is weak in the dirty air for some reason. It just does not seem to cope well in the dirty air. Don't get me wrong, it's a fantastic car, but one of their weaknesses is following another car just in the dirty air. It does not suit the Mercedes well. It seems to slide all over the place. But yeah, what a Titanic finish. Fernando Alonso and Kimi Raikkonen had a great wheel-to-wheel battle. The two old boys going wheel-to-wheel, and they both still got it in them, that's for sure. Kimi Raikkonen was running in the points, and then later on span out of the race and dropped about P13, I think. But yeah, very unlucky for Raikkonen not to finish in the points. He would have deserved it, but obviously he had an awful qualifying. The two Williams cars this weekend, a very, very quiet race, and then Mick Schumacher near the end, where both Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton called them both up. First goal, Max Verstappen was trying to lap Mick Schumacher. First of all, Mick wouldn't get out of the way, but actually Verstappen's patience paid off, because along the start-finish straight, Verstappen actually had DRS, which that also helped him to stay ahead of Lewis Hamilton. And Hamilton did not have the rear wing open, but yeah, wow, just what a season we're witnessing. We are witnessing two world-class drivers going for a title, Hamilton is going for his 8th world title, looking to get in the history books, winning the most ever drivers' titles in F1. And Max Verstappen is going for his first ever driver's title. He is now 12 points in the lead, because Hamilton did take a point off him for getting fastest lap in a race. But none of these two can afford a DNF now. Whoever suffers a DNF in these last 5 races, it is game over for one of them. So they both need to keep a cool head. Like at the start, that was nice and clean, no contact. But I want to see a proper wheel-to-wheel fight between these two without any contacts whatsoever. I mean, Hamilton, like I said, he got a good start and forced Verstappen a bit wide, but that was all fair, nothing wrong in that at all. No contacts was made, so move on from that. Lance Stroll and Nicholas Latifi made contact with each other. The two Canadian drivers crashing into each other, which that was not good. But that battle between Kimi Raikkonen and Fernando Alonso, I absolutely loved that. Fernando Alonso later retired due to DRS failure. His first DNF since the opening race of the season. since he had a bit of fibre stuck in his brakes or something. Yeah, that's Fernando Alonso's first non-finish since Bahrain. But Daniel Ricciardo, wow, P5 in the McLaren, absolutely. What a great battle he had with Carlos Sainz. That's absolutely amazing. And well done to Charles Leclerc, P4. Wow, unbelievable. That Ferrari, since they added upgrades to this engine, it just looks absolutely electric. And hopefully in 2022, they'll be challenging the likes of Mercedes and Red Bull. I mean, if they can get involved in a battle next season as well, that'd be fantastic. But next season, it's wide open. We do not know who's going to dominate next season because of the rule changes. But driving the day, fans voted for Max Verstappen driving the day, which I can understand why, because seeing off Lewis Hamilton on tyres 8 laps older than Lewis Hamilton was absolutely world class. It really was. So Verstappen's now 12 points ahead. We go to Mexico next, and that definitely favours the Red Bull, high altitude circuit. But then Martin Brundle says Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and Bahrain favour the Mercedes, but Mexico and Brazil favours the Red Bull. So, despite Max being 13 points ahead, it is still everything to play for in these last 5 races. It really is. So comment your thoughts down below. I will always reply. And join me for driver ratings and team ratings for the USA Grand Prix, the circuit of the Americas. Wow, this is, like I said, a special season. If you're a Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen fan, if you're not enjoying this, then you are in the wrong sports. You really are, Me as a Lewis Hamilton fan, I'm loving every second of this, seeing a titanic battle. It's epic. And if Mercedes can pull off a shock win at Mexico, then it just shows they are not giving this up without a fight. Bye-bye.